Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another live stream episode of The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And if I do say so myself, quite possibly the final episode of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, most likely. We're essentially on our quest here, our final quest to deal with the Prime Energy and Null, which is the name of the quest, and of course, rescuing the hero Link. So as we saw in the last episode, we're in the final stretch, the home run, where we essentially have to go to the Eternal Forest. At least that's what the goddess told us in the end of the last dungeon when we got the three blessings. They're not really blessings. What are they called? I can't remember the official terms of all these things. The sanctions. We got the last sanction, Faror's sanction, and then we were told that Null is probably hiding in the Eternal Forest, where we'll be able to finally face off against him. Of course, in the last stream, we got some pretty big revelations that Null was... he actually wanted us to get all these sanctions, so because he couldn't really get to the Prime Energy without us. So that's not good. We kind of got fooled into it. He also took an echo of Zelda, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, it's the big final face-off today. I think we should be able to probably do it just fine by the end of this stream. Hopefully. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it should be too far away now. And yeah, I didn't do any side quests in between the two episodes. I was debating whether I would, but I just kind of left it at what it is. The only thing I did do before starting this stream, and if you're following along as a guide, you should probably do as well, as I got a lot of smoothies ready, so that we can go for the final boss fight here in the final dungeon. Of course, lots of salted, milky smoothies, because they have a lot of good energy recovery. And, just a couple damage reduction, couple just general health smoothies. So that should be pretty good, and I think we shall be on our way. And let me know if the sound is good, and we'll be right on our way, as I said. One sec, I'll have a quick listen to the stream, and then we can go off to the Eternal Forest. One sec. I need to just talk to make sure that it's working. Alright, I think that seems good. So let's head on with our adventure, shall we? We're right in the castle. We're just gonna walk out here from Castletown. And, have a quick glance at Castletown once again. What I've been realizing for this whole playthrough so far is that there's actually a lot of optional stuff in this game that, well, for one, we haven't done, but also, weirdly enough, we haven't encountered any, suggestions that they even exist or that we even need to go do it, which I find pretty surprising. Because I was looking at a guide a little bit yesterday just to see if there's anything super worthwhile that I should have been doing before starting the end sequence of the game. And I've been complaining this whole sort of playthrough about how, oh, you can only equip one of these items, and also weirdly you gotta remove one before you equip the next one. Turns out there's a Great Fairy in this game where you can sort of pay rupees to upgrade that. We completely never even saw word of this, even though we explored most of the map. Which is kind of crazy. And of course there's little places here we've never been to, never really had any story incentive to go through, to just following casually. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff. Apparently there's a lot more outfits for Zelda, a lot of cool stuff like that we were not really led to by any characters or even NPCs. I'm sure some of that is just me being dumb, but personally I was really surprised, especially for the Great Fairy, that no one really led us to it, which is pretty surprising, I think. Feels like key parts of the games, they just did not really care to motivate you to go there, which I don't know, it just seems kind of odd. I don't recall any Zelda game really having such blatant, like, oversights like that of, I don't know. Usually just developers do a good job at nudging you to important directions, but I don't know, it's a bit different this time. But I'm not gonna overthink it. We're just gonna have fun. Like, we still had a good run. We did quite a decent amount of side quests in this game. So I think we're good for the end is what I'm trying to say. Might go back after all these streams, either as a bonus stream or just on my own time, to do a bit more of that side stuff, see if there's anything worth it. But anyways, we got our waypoint, and looks like this is the official entry point, potentially, to the Eternal Forest. Here we are. I don't know if there's anything cool below here. How does this work? I guess it's just a normal forest. Right? Maybe? I don't know. Do we want to go up or down? I mean, there's a lot of branching paths here, which is kind of intriguing to say the least. But we have a treasure chest, so that is something. Oh, it's just another one of these monster stones for some reason. Alrighty. Is this, no, we probably have an echo of this guy already, right? Okay, I think I can summon a whole 6 crows by now, so, I mean, that ain't half bad. I mean, he can get rid of them pretty easily. Luckily, he's quite outnumbered. I mean, he still lasted a while, though. It's pretty impressive. What is this? This is a suspicious looking thing. You think we can put like a Ignizol in here? I don't know. Could be anything. Just about anything could do it. I don't know if this is like a Lost Woods type of situation where you just have a lot of like if there's a correct path and stuff repeats, but so far it seems like just a regular map. Lots of like no sort of repetition seems to be happening. Alright. Guys, just get rid of him, please. But yeah, these sort of pedestal things are pretty mysterious. We don't really know what they're about. But I'm just trying to explore the forest fairly thoroughly. I'm just kind of like scanning through it, left to right and back, pretty much. See if there's anything cool we can find in the forest. Some pretty interesting vibe for the music here. I will say that. Okay. I don't really know why I am cutting so much grass, but why not? Okay, yeah, there's a lot of branching paths. This is interesting. Kind of hard to keep track of where exactly we're going with all of this. I mean, of course, there's this guy here. That was pretty short work of him. I mean, yeah, there's definitely quite a bit of branching paths, but they don't necessarily go to that many places. Of course, there's that big scary enemy up there. Just kind of trying to get a lay of the land. See if there's anything major we're missing out on here. Okay, come on. Come on, crows, you can do better. There we go. They start to be more useful when you can have, like, a whole 6 of them, which is pretty nice. Just my army of crows following me everywhere. Okay, this is a big suspicious place. with like nothing going on right now. Surely something's gonna happen here, right? This is kind of too suspicious to be any good. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, well, we got a waypoint. That certainly helps if we want to see where we are. Okay, we've made it here. And I'm seeing, yeah, there's some story stuff happening right up there, it looks like. I'm just gonna see if there's anything cool we can check out on this side first. I think this is where we took the plant down. Yeah, all the story stuff seems to be right up there. But yeah, we're back with the big enemy here. How effective are the crows against this big guy? I'm genuinely not sure. But if we can unlock this echo for the final boss, certainly that won't hurt, right? There we go. Oh, we can't even... Maybe we already had that echo. But he seems pretty big, so I don't know. But there's another treasure chest, that's for sure. And what do I say? It's just more rupees. We should know that by now. I mean, we got a decent amount of rupees. I'm sure it'll be useful for that fairy I've been talking about that apparently we skipped out on throughout this whole adventure. Once I just go back there later on, I suppose, after beating the end game. Alright, so what's happening here? Right. I guess I forgot about this. Yes, General Wright just stormed off and went to the Eternal Forest before we told him that Null actually made an echo of Zelda, so that's not good for him. Anyways, are you okay, Wright? Ugh. Princess, why would you do such a thing? You didn't need to be so forceful. That was an echo? I couldn't tell the difference, and I certainly learned a painful lesson. Now, where has the fraudulent princess gone? I mean, at least he believes that I'm the real deal this time. Wait. I'm recalling now. Last I saw, she was examining that stone monument. I mean, yeah, that sure is an intriguing stone monument with the Triforce and everything. I don't see a big sacred tree here. Maybe it's elsewhere. I mean, yeah, maybe. Maybe. But what about this big stone monument? The path will open when the 6 pedestals are crowned. To crown each pedestal, demonstrate the power of echoes and prove your wisdom. Okay. And, okay, this is just gonna happen. Just because I so happen to have read this slab, I suppose. Ah, yes. That's what I wanted. I was gonna ask, well, what exactly are we supposed to put on these pedestals? But of course it is this brand new echo we're gonna get. The Ancient Orb. So yeah, we can just summon that on the pedestals. So I guess I went to explore the Eternal Forest a little bit too early, because we're gonna have to explore it once more anyways. But I mean, at least now we actually kind of have a good understanding of everything and where everything is. So that shouldn't take too long. I think we've got 5 more to go. And it's nice to make use of actually having a second joystick for the camera, which is kind of, I guess, unusual for a 2D Zelda game, but certainly comes in helpful. Actually, I think you could do that in, no, you could do that with, like, the D-pad all the way back in, like, A Link Between Worlds, I think. So I guess it's not as unique as I thought. Okay, well we've got one here, so that's 3 of them. Hopefully these, I'm assuming these orbs don't like despawn, right? It's not like you can run out of them once you place them in the correct location. So we have, what, 2 to go now? Yeah, 2 to go. Can't be that bad. I'm kind of assuming they're in the locations. Yeah, there we go. Look, there's one over there. They kind of actually seem to be in the locations hinted at by the shape on the stone tablet. Alrighty, so if I'm to believe that, yeah, then the other one will be right here, just as expected. So what, we're gonna get like the Deku Tree now? What's actually gonna happen? Let's go find out. Do I just check it out again? Oh man, it's like creating a Triforce. What is even happening? There we go. By the power of the Triforce, we shall access the Deku Tree. A path! Right, my soldiers and I are off to secure the path ahead of you. No, you can't. Only those sanctioned by the goddesses can go through here. Oh, I see. So leave this to us, and do whatever else you can in the meantime to help. Zelda is very reliable, and I'll be with her too. We'll handle this. Understood. Well then, we're all counting on you two. I will return to the castle and continue to handle an impending monster threats. Princess, try. Please be careful. Soldiers, move out. Well, that's that's a very ceremonial way to move out. Just dashing out of here. Let's go, Zelda. All right. What are we bound to find here? It must be the Deku Tree, no less. And what is waiting for us here? There we go. The famed Deku Tree. You have returned quickly, priestess. So, have you already obtained the Prime Energy? Oh? The person earlier was an echo of you? She managed to fool this old tree, I, the Deku Tree, have long watched over and protected this forest. One so ancient as myself is not easily deceived, and yet my bark overgrew my eyes, it seems. However, while she deceived me, she won't be able to deceive the Prime Energy. Enter and bear witness to divine judgment. May you be strong of heart, priestess of wisdom. Oh man, I was gonna say, like, is this gonna be like a dungeon where we enter right inside the Deku Tree? But no, the Triforce platform just drops. And what do we have here? Definitely a mysterious looking dungeon. Well, would you look at that? Echo Zelda. What is Echo Zelda up to this time? I forget, like, did she steal the Prime Energy from us, technically? So Null is pretty much just wanting to get the Triforce? Okay, well, we gotta stop her. So this is the Prime Energy. Long, long ago, before time ever was, Null drifted in the void of nothingness. This was a pleasant place for Null. The void needed only Null. All was well in its right order. Until the goddesses came and created the world, stealing away Null's peaceful void. Null relentlessly tore at the fabric of the world, but the goddesses' servants always repaired it. Until now. Now Null can return things to how they were meant to be, back to nothingness. It's time. Time to return all to the void, back to the state in which Null prospers. Well, that's certainly not what the Triforce was intended for there, Null. That does not look good. Are we too late? Can we do anything about it? Okay. So both of us each got one piece. Curse the goddesses! How dare they insinuate that I, a perfect echo, do not have the right? Though I did receive one. If I can gather the other two, everything is mine. One went to you, and the last one. Could it have gone to him? Unfortunately, I do not have the time to deal with you right now. I will take yours last. Uh-oh. Link is in danger. What do you think she's going to do? I don't know, but that doesn't seem too good for Link. I'm sensing something really unpleasant through here. Is this what it feels like to be afraid? But everything will be fine as long as I'm with you, Zelda. Alright, let's go. We need to go after the rest of the Prime Energy. Alright. Well, in we go. Let's go save Link. And there we go. Just the biggest part of the Steel World so far, coming close to Null, essentially. I sensed Null back when they attacked you, Zelda, and I'm sensing that same presence now. I think that dark mass in the distance may be Null. The Prime Energy must be up ahead. Come on, Zelda. Alright. So I guess we're gonna get to go to Null just head on. And, okay, this might be a good time where I activate the extra jump height. That's always useful for this type of thing. Alright. Less echoes that I gotta spawn this way, essentially. But now that we have clouds, all is pretty good. Uh-oh. surely the P-Hat can't be that strong. There we go. That's more like it. We don't really need to get any of Try's friends this time around. Oh, there's another P-Hat. I'm blind. Is it gone? I think it's gone. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. And this is a big place. Not sure if there's anything here. Mostly just enemies, it looks like. Well, there's no real point in fighting them, which is always the thing, right? But there's pieces of, like, every land we've encountered, essentially. Now we're, like, in the Gerudo Desert, practically. Uh-oh. Yeah, I might have to fight these guys. But not with clouds. I wanted to, go sword fighter form on them here. Oh my god. We're also almost dead, which is not good. The fact that we're already almost dead is not too promising. What do we have here? I don't want to waste, like, something that's too good. Mixed milky smoothie, sure. Okay. Well, at least we get as much energy back as we consume, so that's pretty good. In that sense, can't be too mad about that. But we're not far from Null now. I'm mostly just wondering if we're gonna encounter new echoes that I should be capturing here, but I mean, so far, I think we've got all of these enemies down. We should. It's like the end game after all. Okay. Okay, there's a waypoint. Yeah, they're really bringing back some of every area. Like the ice world from Conde. A bit of seaside village over here. Okay, well that is some sort of weird shortcut, I suppose. Which leads to we don't know where. There doesn't really seem to be any sort of bonus. Okay, at least her sword's pretty powerful. It's working out pretty well for us. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's a path here. Mostly just for fun. It seems like they just had fun making it, like, sort of non-linear. Even though, like, we don't really need to go back here. There's nothing to really find. It seems that way, at least. Alright. Oh, hey, Matt. How are you doing? Can we make it? Yes. Okay. That was a risky jump right there. Do you have some okay holidays? Alrighty. Looks like we're actually gonna meet the promise of beating Echoes of Wisdom before the end of the year. Alright. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of branching paths. Doesn't really matter which way we go. This is the way. Just ignore the fact that I fell in the icy water yet again. Okay, it's surprisingly slippery. I might just spawn an Ignizal or something. Can I do that? It's not very effective. Okay, there we go. That's what I was hoping for. Then we can just drag it over to these guys. Mats is doing good, watching with my girlfriend. Oh, well, hello to you too then. The epic finale of Zelda. I guess you're never playing this game, probably. So you don't mind getting spoiled all that much. Oh god. That's not good. Well, I prepared a lot of smoothies to have a lot of energy, so maybe I can just use Sword Fighter form at this point. Who even needs echoes in the game about echoes? It's not going very well for me. Alrighty. Yeah, nothing here. No treasure chests. It's pretty pointless, the exploration in this section. They just want you to dive headfirst and go to, like, actually fight Null, I suppose, at this point. They're like, what, you thought we would have, like, cool treasure chests or rewards? Nah. You can never have rewards in the end game. There we go. Will we get enough energy back? Yeah, I'm just hoping to max out the energy. Matt said she played the first bit of it, and it was not a game for her. Yeah, I mean, even me, I'm a big Zelda fan, of course, but my opinions on this game are eh. I mean, I'll talk about it more at the end of this stream, probably. It's what I've been saying this whole time, right? That I would sort of reserve the judgment for when I've actually seen the game through. Surely I'll talk briefly about my opinions at the end of this stream, when everything is all well and done. And who knows, maybe I'll actually get back to doing discussion videos like you suggested, Matt, and actually comment properly on some of the games I played like this one. Okay, that was that was really stupid. Let's see, let's take Crow, because it took me like ages of this game to realize you could do this. Even though, like, I should know this, because, like, Cuckoos have been a thing in the Zelda franchise for, what, like, probably almost 30 years? When did Link's Awakening, or not Link's Awakening, but, when did A Link to the Past come out? Is it, like, 91? Or, like, 94? I should know this, but I don't, off the top of my head. Oh, okay, let's not die. We're actually pretty low on health, but I guess I should just sleep, because that is the more efficient path to doing this. Why waste any smoothies when we can just kind of wait it out? I mean, I guess that's the cost. The cost is your time. Alright, just one more. There we go. And let's just jump on some crates. Might need a crow again. Let's see. Good thing I finally learned that you can do the gliding thing, because I would actually be pretty lost, I suppose, at this point. It's hard to grab them in time, though. Okay. Yeah, I suppose we have the cloud platforms too now, which would kind of solve most of these issues. Okay, we got a second waypoint. That surely can't be too bad of a thing. How far are we now? We can't be that far, right? We're probably right there. Or almost. Cloud platforms for the win. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, Link is here. He's the one trapped in the crystal for once. The Prime Energy. So you were the hero after all? Hey, it's him! It's Link! We finally found him! Well, here you are. I didn't think I'd have time to deal with you earlier. But I suppose I'll make the time now. All of the Prime Energy has gathered here, and the Great Null will consume it. Alright, now the question is Zelda stronger than Zelda? I don't know, this Echo Zelda seems pretty scary, not gonna lie. It seems to be doing a lot better than I would usually do. Oh no, they've got ice powers. I mean, honestly, I'm not too scared of, like, ice slugs. That seems pretty dumb. Okay, I'm gonna go for this heart. Oh, there's a lot more. But yeah, I'm gonna spam crows. Not gonna waste my energy just yet. Can the crows even attack Zelda? Oh yeah. They're doing their job. I mean, sort of. You know, they're playing pretty dumb as always, but... Okay, so we went from ice to fire. Then we'll have, like, what, electric next? Can't wait for the discussion videos. I think, like, okay, if I'm being realistic, like, I'm saying that's exciting, but I think it'll not be in the first 3 months of 2025. Probably when job stuff is more sorted out. After that, videos will start to come back a little more consistently. So I did a few videos this year, and, you know, I didn't have much time, but I did the ones that I felt I really needed to edit or do. You know, I did like an indie showcase on a game that was coming out soon, so that was kind of, sort of had a deadline to that. Same for that old Zelda unboxing video. That's about all I did this year. Okay, let's just go for the sword. This seems like a good time for that. But other than that, we didn't really do much. At least streams were fairly consistent. Okay, oh god. Going for some Tweelus. Honestly, the Tweelus are pretty weak. Hey, we got Master Pig in chat as well. How are you doing? How have your holidays been? It's finally the epic final moment. But you've played this game, I believe, right? Even though I feel like I ask every week and somehow my brain doesn't register it, apparently. The good news is, I'll finally be able to discuss my opinions on this game at the end of the stream, when I've taken in on all of this game, pretty much. It's kind of like Tears of the Kingdom. I'm trying to reserve my full opinions for the end of the game. Alright. Let's fight some Tweelus. They're surprisingly weak. Okay, can the crows do any good? The crows are so slow. I mean, most echoes are kind of slow, but seriously, like, really? Yeah, you've played it. Okay, I'm not crazy then. I assumed you had played it. I assumed if you planned to play it and hadn't, you wouldn't be here on the stream that is clearly marked as the ending of the game. Alrighty. There we go, time for round 2. Thank God Zelda's falling to the ground, because we can actually use a bit of her sword fighter powers. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Whoa! We actually died. That's not good. Yeah, let's heal. I don't know if you could say this is sort of like the fake-out boss battle. I wouldn't necessarily go that far, but obviously it's kind of like... It's sort of like a boss battle. Not the final one. I don't even know if it'll be the before last one, or if there's like mini-bosses yet to come. But this one isn't too hard. Well, I mean, maybe it'll go on for a much longer, I don't know, but... So far, they're mostly just spamming a lot of echoes. Just a lot of echoes being tossed my way. Okay. Yeah, the electric ones, the crows certainly can't do as well on those. So let's just spawn a whole new batch. Can I attack, like, actual Zelda while this happens? I think she's too high up. I mean, I could possibly use, like, cloud platforms, but it doesn't matter. I also don't really know why I'm using crows, because it's not like... I'm not really getting any rupees out of them, I think, at this stage in the game. Not in the still world, at least. Uh-oh. Yeah, you take a lot of damage from these, like, fairly high-level enemies, to be honest. Maybe I need a Fire Wizrobe. They do pretty good, which is kind of what we learned in the last stream. Why do I use exclusively crows? I don't know, because I'm lazy. I don't think they're particularly effective. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's the best echo to use. Usually I get lazy and just spam echoes, because honestly it doesn't seem worth the trade-off of juggling billions of echoes. But I don't know. What do you tend to use in your playthrough? For basic enemies, crows are nice because you'll get rupees out of them while you're at it. And, you know, they also fly, so like a bunch of enemies can't really do much about the crows. But yeah, I don't know. What have you been using? I'm sure there's like good stuff out there to be using. Okay, yeah, let's try to use a bow. That'll certainly come in handy. Alright. Oh, we gotta get rid of the frog? Of all things? Okay. Sure, I'll get rid of the frog. And yeah, I mean the Wizrobe. No wonder it costs so much, because it's pretty effective. And looks like we might have actually defeated Echo Zelda. Like a Dark Nut level 3. That's fair, actually. Oh no, there she goes with the Prime Energy. Yeah, that does not sound good. Do we finally get the free Link? I assume that we do. Fire Wizrobe, can you do anything about that? No? No, you're just gonna chill here? Okay. Fine, I'll do it myself. By the power of the cloud platforms. Okay, well that was easy, actually. Okay. It's like the beginning of the game all over again. And look at that. Link, for the first time in 30 hours. Link, you're not hurt. You're all right. Thank God. I'm glad. So the hero of legend and the priestess of wisdom are you two. And the prime energy resides in you, Zelda and Link. Null absorbed the last one. So is the prime energy just the Triforce, I guess, in this game then? Each part of the prime energy is incredibly potent, so we have to take Null down. We've all got to work together to take back the prime energy from Null. Oh, but Link, you're unarmed. We can't defeat Null like this. Zelda, let's give Link his weapon you recovered. And what is this weapon that we must give? And yeah, we finally completed rescuing the hero Link, of course. Okay, let's give Link his weapon and defeat Null together. Yes, I'll give the weapon. When you return his weapon, you won't be able to use them anymore. Also... So what, I guess we can't use Sword Fighter form? I feel like once we go inside, there won't be any backing out. Are you ready to head in? We sure are. The point of no return. Okay, let's rearm Link. And there we go. Link finally back with sword and shield in hand. It's time. Here we go. Do we just like jump in? Oh, we're just gonna slash Null open, apparently. That's how you go about it. And into the void of nothingness we go. But he's also an entity, so don't think about it too hard. So this is the inside of Null. The Prime Energy is just ahead. Zelda, Link, let's go! Alright, and the final dungeon, Null's body. Here at last. And yeah, Matt said I'm gonna be making a lot of reviews on that channel with LD, LD the TV, probably, so hopefully playing this game at some point. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Just, you're gonna have to do forced homework for that, that channel of yours you guys are making. That is very fair, but you're pretty quick at playing games, so probably not like a big issue. Master Pig says I've started replaying Skyward Sword. That's exciting. That's probably the next... Well, I think... Yeah, you told me that, I think. But, yeah, that's probably the next Zelda game I'll be replaying as well. Or, not replaying. I started playing that on the Wii, but I never finished it. Never even got past like, I didn't make it to the second dungeon, essentially. But yeah. After this game... Well, and after, you know, Tears of the Kingdom... Realistically, I'll probably take a... Yeah, so we can't use Sword Fighter form anymore. That's actually a bit of a bummer. Because, you know, we finally felt like Sword Fighter form was good. Now we're forced to use the crows, or, you know, maybe I'll use Master Pig's strategy and use, like, Dark Nut level 2, or level 3, I suppose. Assuming we didn't miss out on that echo somewhere. But, you know, when there's a lot of enemies, the chromes might be better, I don't know. Okay, well, there's a straight-up Lionel here, so that ain't too good. Luckily, Link can't really die, so... I mean, he's just free help at this point. Yeah, so I'll probably play Skyward Sword next in terms of Zelda games, but I'll probably take a pretty big hiatus from Zelda games, to be fair. There's a lot more stuff I want to play. Oh no, okay, Link got trapped. Oh no! I guess for now we'd better split up. Sure. I guess we'll just give up on saving a Link. Oh, well, there's a door, okay. That makes sense. Skyward Sword and also Majora's Mask 3D, which I really need to beat. I started the game like 2 years ago and got distracted by other games and whatnot. And yeah, I need to commit, because this is my... in 2022, that was my third time restarting Majora's Mask. Okay, so without the bow, what is the best way to trigger that thing? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like a Fire Octorock? Oh, okay, the crow actually worked in the end, okay. I mean, that kind of works. That kind of works indeed. Okay, let's get rid of everything here. Man, the cloud platforms are really good. You know, I heard a lot of people when this game came out saying like, oh yes, water blocks are the real deal. I've barely used water blocks in this game, I gotta say. Feels like the cloud platforms are superior in my opinion. Because the water blocks, yeah, sure, you get a ton of flexibility, but I mean, they're a little bit clunky to use. Link's doing much better than me, to the point where he's just shooting his bow to help me desperately. He's just going like, Zelda, what the heck are you doing? You're not helping at all. Alright. It's kind of weird and interesting to have... okay, so this is a staircase, of course. Was there anything good up there? Or is that just for decoration's sake? Yes, no doubt it is. It's not like we can go up there. But yeah, it is a bit weird maybe to have a final dungeon where you have like a helper character, and also like Link actually seems to be pretty strong. Oh yeah, we're probably gonna have to bind or something. Yeah, that seems like what they wanted us to do here. I mean, there's a lot of branching paths here. I think I get it. Sort of. Possibly. We probably want to bind to this thing. Whoop. Yeah, that is not... Yeah, that's not what we wanted to do. Not quite. Okay. What do we want to do? That's the real question. Okay, I think I know. Maybe, I don't know. You think I know stuff? Yeah, these are kind of out of sync. This might ironically be a time to use the water block. Oh god. Yeah, I was trying to time that. Did not work. I might just use the water block. But I'm assuming you can do it without, in case someone did not learn the water block. Unless maybe the water... I'm sure there's some echoes that are quite possibly mandatory, I don't know. Alright, water block time. Just to prove my point wrong, you know? Okay. Crows, maybe can do good use of that. There we go. And I can just like use some clouds. Okay. There was a ceiling there apparently. I don't know what happened. Well, let's just go across. And there are more of these yet again. Like maybe the fire whiz robe would do better here, I don't know. Okay. I mean, the crows, I don't know if there's any echoes that feel more efficient. They definitely are taking quite the time to get rid of him. Which is not great. Definitely not great. Yeah, we can't make the jump. Why am I even trying? We're gonna need a cloud platform. Even if it's just one. More crows, please. And I'm gonna probably need to use one of my own. Oh, that's not what I want to do. There we go. That's more like it. Oh, we just lost it. We just lost the crow. There we go. Well, these guys are down. Okay, this is not good. I mean, yeah, we should just use more cloud platforms all the time. That's the key to victory, let's be real. So anybody play good games during the holidays? Where do we go? Just right here, I suppose. So Link is still stuck down there. So this is more of a collaborative puzzle, I suppose. Well, I can't do much. Might have to spawn, like, echoes to help Link or something. Can I spawn a crow? Will the crow magically help Link? I don't think so. What can we use that could help Link. Can I use like a water block? No, we can't really spawn those at a distance. Huh, what can we do? That's a good question. Maybe I can just summon a crate, maybe? And, like, place it at the right spot for Link. Yeah, he's onto it. He's onto the right idea. Except he can't really jump on my crate. Yeah, this is interesting. I think with a sword he might be able to actually, like, destroy the goop on the other side, though. Okay, let's get rid of the Wizrobe, because this is not helping at all. Okay. Let's just drop this here. And let's do it again. Again, I really don't know if this is what we're meant to do. But it appears to sort of be working. I mean, Link's clearly programmed to, like, do something about it. You're kind of in the way, Link. You mind moving out or something? Because that does not seem too good. Link, come on. Yeah, that's what we want. Sort of. That's sort of what we want. Oh my god, it's kind of working. It is kind of working, folks. Oh my god, it worked. There we go. Look at that. Master Pig says, I tried Okami but didn't get very far. That's pretty nice. How are you liking it so far? Because I know it's like kind of considered a bit like a Zelda-like. We were talking about all the... how few Zelda-likes there are that really feel like Zelda last week. Do you think it feels a lot like Zelda? It's probably more so a bit of its own thing, if I had to guess, but... Okay. So we must be getting close. Oh, I guess we had a map this whole time. I mean, yeah, we're getting close to the end of at least what's on the map. That doesn't necessarily mean much, but here we are. Alright. I can't help but feel we should go through doors, like, at the same time. Seems like there could be traps on the other end, you know? Master Pig says, wasn't that Zelda-like so far? Fair enough. But is it interesting? That's the big question, I suppose. I think we're just meant to jump in. And see where that takes us. I mean, okay, Echo Zelda is here too, so surely that's a sign. Although the Echo's sleeping. Aha! Null himself at last. The Priestess of Wisdom and the hero. I see you intend to interfere. How vexing. Then again, you've come here and brought the Prime Energy directly to me. The goddesses, they have taken everything from me. Now I will use their power to take it all back. Alright. And he's taking the piece of the Triforce from Echo Zelda. Ah, so this is the Prime Energy. I am overflowing with power. That does not seem good, to give this much Triforce power to what is essentially a great void. Oh no, the Deku Tree. everything we've done in Hyrule. All for nothing. It's worse than ever. Oh, these guys are safe. Thank God. They deserved it. Null is creating massive rifts. The towns, everyone's being pulled in. I understand now. I understand all that is the Prime Energy. Yet, it is insufficient. I hunger for more. I must have everything. I must have all of the Prime Energy. Give it to me. Okay, we're in trouble. And there we go. Null himself finally revealing himself right at the very end of the game. It feels somewhat, I don't know, somewhat special that I feel like the boss got revealed very late in this game, which is kind of interesting. Okay. How good is the Fire Whiz Robe? Not so good. I really wish we could use Sword Fighter form. Like, having known, why did I create all these energy generating smoothies? I mean, we can't even use Sword Fighter form. That's probably the biggest letdown of this whole boss fight, not gonna lie. Maybe a P-Hat is actually good in this scenario. I think it might actually be. Plus, we can actually summon 3 of them. So that ain't half bad. Okay, well, they die off fairly quickly. I mean, yeah, it's actually pretty effective. Again, what can I even do here? I don't know. Link is doing all the fun part. That's crazy. Master Pig says Okami was fine, but I got distracted by my Breath of the Wild challenge playthrough. Yeah, how's that going? Okay, P-Hats all above. You can literally do nothing in this boss battle, I feel like. Seems like Link is doing the bulk of it, not gonna lie. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, the hands just decided to retreat. Like, I get it, you know, Link is back, that's very cool. But getting stripped away from the Sword Fighter form powers might just be the biggest letdown that we've seen so far. Okay. This ain't looking too good. Alright. More P-Hats. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, well, we can summon a lot more. Honestly, the P-Hat is making a good comeback in the final fight here. After not having been used for a good chunk of the game. It was actually a pretty popular Echo choice for me early game. But hey, they're pretty effective against this type of boss, because he doesn't move too much, surprisingly. Master Pig says I have too many things to do Skyward Sword playthrough as my priority game-wise during the break. Yeah, that's fair. Pretty sure you said Skyward Sword is like your favorite game in the series, right? If not debatably Breath of the Wild, I don't know, even though I think he has said he had a lot of issues with the dungeons in Breath of the Wild, and no doubt by extension Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, so now there's just a big void over here for some reason. That can't be too good. Alright. P-hats everywhere. Okay, we should actually heal. Let's take one of these smoothies. I think that's the last, like, full health. Well, we've got a golden smoothie. We've also got some tough smoothies that also have, like, damage or defense up. Which is good, because I'm assuming, you know, this is it. I don't think there's more after this. Null's body is, I guess, very debatably a dungeon, from what it seems like so far. Like, it's somewhat a dungeon, but there's no, like, dungeon item or any sort of puzzles. It's just making our way to Null, essentially. Okay. Oh god. I mean, we're not doing too bad. We're really not doing that bad. Like, we're taking a lot of easy damage here, but other than that, it's going pretty well. At least that's what it feels like. Okay. Will this be the final stretch for Null? Oh, it might be. I mean, there's probably another phase, but is there? Not enough. I must have more. Null is trying to escape. Hurry. Okay, we're gonna dive in. Going inside even more nothingness. Oh no. Do we get to play as Link? Or do we get to just hope that Link survives? Looks like it'll be the latter. Okay. I don't know where we are, but a lot of Try's friends seem to be here. Okay, what's happening here? This doesn't seem too good. They're really gonna make us swim for the final boss fight? An underwater boss fight? Quite the interesting choice. Do you think a bombfish will be appropriate? Probably. It's like the only underwater thing I know. Uh-oh. No, I don't want to die. I don't want to get damaged by my very own bombfish. Okay, we're almost out of air. Well, there's a couple strategic bubbles here and there. Okay. I just wish the bombfish would, like, trigger on their own. Because so far for that, it ain't looking too good. Surely there's like a better underwater echo. What about the piranhas that we got last time? That we got like weirdly late in the game. Like, I don't even know if these are... Okay, they do work underwater. Because some of them are like sand piranhas. I think I can spawn 2 of them, yeah. Okay. We've got the budget for that nowadays. Yeah, so these might be good, because they actually chase. Oh god. Whoa. That's not good. Let's spawn in some more. I don't really know why we're biting after Try's friends. That doesn't seem too good, but... Alright. Hopefully these sharks can do something good. Come on. Come on, I believe in you guys. There we go. Surely there's yet another phase. This ain't ending in an underwater battle. There's no way. Yeah, Master Pig says Breath of the Wild is my absolute favorite. Tears of the Kingdom second. Is due to being gameplay-wise better than Breath of the Wild. That's very fair. Top 5 for Skyward Sword. Might be dethroned. Yeah, I guess you'll know once you replay it. Alright, what is happening here? This is probably the final phase if I had to guess, let's be real. Oh god. I'm a bit scared that there's continuously, like... Why does he have Tri's friends here? I guess, the goddesses did say that Tri and his friends were, like, created to seal him. But still, okay, is he just gonna turn into every boss we've encountered so far? Oh yeah, I should stop summoning sharks. I mean, I get for the, I guess the sort of spirit of this game, they felt it was cool to actually be forced to use echoes for the final fight, and also because it makes sense for Link. But yeah, that's very unfortunate that we can't use Sword Fighter form for the final fight. And this, as I said, might be the only Zelda game where, like, you literally have a helper doing a lot of damage in the final boss fight. So is this like Null's heart? I don't know. But those P-hats are gonna make good work of it. Oh god, yes. It actually is gonna have every boss from the game so far, it looks like. To some degree. Alright, the P-hats are coming in surprisingly clutch at this stage in the game. I guess he summons like the echoes of the bosses, but they just kind of go away. It's not like we actually have to fight them. Doesn't look like it, at least. Alright, Null. Get out of here. Okay, he's almost down. Come on, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Yeah, the P-hats making a surprising comeback. They're surprisingly effective all of a sudden. Oh god. Whoa, that's scary. But yeah, no, the final boss fight so far, not particularly hard compared to others in this game even. Oh no, I got trapped. What does that mean? I guess Link has to help me and my echoes? That's not good. I'm just completely trapped. Oh, there we go. That was a lot of work just to free me though. Okay, let's get rid of Darknet level 3 here. I don't know if it's actually level 3, but... Okay. Oh, I'm still trapped. That ain't good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take all the damage here. Better heal just to be safe. And he keeps on spawning Darknuts. I'm just ready for even more hands to spawn. Okay, is this it? Is this the final phase? Okay, I don't even remember this boss. Oh, it's just Ganon. What am I saying? It's just an echo of Ganon. Alright, Link going for all the damage. Yeah, it's straight up just Ganon. Well, not this guy. I don't remember this guy. Alrighty. Come on, how much more damage can he take? Okay, we've got more Ganons. Being a bit scary. I'm just gonna go... Don't mind me, I'm just collecting hearts. I'm just passively walking around here. Okay, if they're ice, that's surely, the boss from, you know, Holy Mount Lanayru. Okay, let's spawn in some more echoes. I think the P-hats are probably pretty optimal for this boss fight. I'd love to be proven wrong, but because Null doesn't seem to move much, that certainly helps. There we go, is that it? Is that the final blow? Probably not. No, he's doing more. They're really making us go for it. Unless I'm missing something and that's why stuff is repeating a lot. That's very possible. Like, are we supposed to be yanking stuff away from Null? I don't know. Because this is going on for pretty long, I'm a little bit scared that I'm supposed to do something. Like, am I supposed to bind? I don't know. Probably not, but we can try it, I suppose. Oh no, I got caught. That's never good. And I will catch up to the chat messages once I get a second. Well, let's try to not take too much damage. Would be a shame to have to run out of smoothies and restart. Oh, come on, I got caught again somehow? Not paying enough attention, that's what. Okay, Null is back, with the Triforce inside, as we can see. Come on. Oh yeah, well we really probably just are going through all the bosses. I think this might be the last one. Obviously the, essentially Goma from the Farron Wetlands. Okay, come on. Come on. He's almost down. Okay, more Ganons. We gotta have Ganon, of course. This is the final boss fight, technically. Well, not technically. At least Ganon is making somewhat of an appearance. Although it is kinda cool. He got kind of a fake-out opening, and I guess we got him as a boss mid-game a little bit. But he's really just here for show. I guess Null just kinda knew about Ganon and decided to replicate him. But other than that, no huge focus on Ganon in this game. Whoa, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage, alright. Okay, I should probably heal. Alright, that'll help. Oh, okay, let's get that heart. I think I missed it. Unfortunately. And yeah, we're back to Goma. And now this guy from the very beginning of the game. Okay, let's hit the back. Genuinely, I don't know if it makes a difference if you hit the back or the front. Oh, I forgot to get out of the way of Ganon. But Null doesn't really have attacks, he just spawns in the previous bosses. And there we go! Is that the final hit? Am I just supposed to hit him? I don't think so. Am I supposed to yank the Triforce out of him? I think so. It certainly looks that way. Okay. Just a button mashing at the end of the game. I don't think I've ever seen that in a Zelda game. But let's yank that Triforce piece out of him. Like, Null is literally not even down. We're just yanking the Triforce out of him. And maybe he hasn't given up just yet. Or not, I guess he also dies. And there we go. All 3 pieces of the Triforce back together, reunited. Give it to me. What is gonna happen? Give it to me! The Prime Energy and Null complete. There we go. Did we just seal Null away successfully? What exactly is gonna happen? I mean, all of Tri's friends are also here, so that's pretty cool. Alright, are we gonna get rid of the void? Save the world from all the rifts that have, I guess, just been reopened? And that is a lot of energy. Freeing all the rifts, everyone's back. Poor people getting taken in rifts multiple times in a row. Well, luckily those guys were always spared, so that's good. And where are we now? It's nice to see all the little faces on the different of Tri's friends. All looking pretty nice. Zelda, the rifts will disappear, and your world will return to a state of peace. Me and my friends came here to heal an injured world. Now that Null isn't around creating rifts, everything will be okay. With Null gone, there's no need for us anymore, so we will return to the goddess to slumber. This is where we part. Aw, I'm gonna miss you, Tri. What's wrong, Zelda? Hyrule is back to normal, and me and my friends have finished our work here. But you seem like you're not happy. Oh, I understand now. We won't be together anymore. And And that's kinda sad, huh? Zelda, when I look at you, I feel all warm inside. I think I want to tell you about this feeling. I'm feeling thank you. Yeah, you'll get the hang of it, try. I didn't understand this feeling before, but I do now. I have to go. Zelda, I'm grateful to have known you. Thank you. And with that, Try is off. I mean, they accomplished their job. Hyrule has been freed from the rift and from any danger caused by Null. And looks like we're back, where it all started, in Castletown. And Link is finally back too, so that's great. Come here, everyone! Ah, that's great. Oh, and of course Luberry's back. He's like inspecting Link, making sure he's alright. Looks like Link passed the test. And of course, Zelda reunited with Impa as well, and the king, and the royal guard. Okay, well, what did Link just say? I guess we'll never know. I guess they were all looking for Try, probably. And there we go. Hyrule is back as normal. Although we didn't get to see any of the other regions. I guess we're gonna see them in the credits now. Well, there we go. That was The Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom. It's always quite satisfying to wrap up a Zelda game. We did it. We did manage to wrap this game up right before the end of the year. Overall, not a bad game. It tries a lot of interesting and intriguing new things. Doesn't necessarily do all of them perfectly, but overall it's pretty cool. And like, generally speaking, I think you just gotta be really happy that 2D Zelda is still continuing, or at least it seems that way. Of course, this game is a good sign in the right direction. We even had like interviews, I think, with Aonuma, who was saying that after Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, he wasn't really sure about seeing a path forward for 2D Zelda, which was, you know, a bit of a worrisome opinion. and that he said that after Echoes of Wisdom he kind of sees that path yet again. I mean, you know, this game, overall, I don't think I would rank it that highly on my list of Zelda games. You know, the thing I love the most about this game probably has to be the world building. You know, I mean, yeah, it kind of feels like it mimics Breath of the Wild lore in that sense, but there's a lot of nice references to the past of the series, a lot of different characters and races to meet, which has been pretty exciting about this game, I think. As I said, the world building is a standout. At the start, I thought the story would be a bit of a standout moment, and it certainly is interesting, and it's nice that it differs from other Zelda games, which is nice. A lot of Zelda games kind of rethread the same ground. I don't know, maybe I just played this game too slowly, this could be a factor as well, but overall, I don't know, I feel like the story kind of at one point just became kind of simple and generic, and you kind of just go to locations, and, you know, each section has their problem, which is sort of what Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild did as well. And, I don't know, like, it felt like there was good potential to have very meaningful story around Null, and they kind of didn't make the most of it. Like, you kind of had this whole mysterious start with the rifts, and, you know, Zelda being wanted, that was a particularly unique start to the story. But then once Zelda was no longer wanted, it was kind of just regular Zelda stuff. Null also wasn't really showing up a whole lot. Like, I guess, you know, after the first 3 dungeons, we did the Hyrule Castle where we fought an echo of Ganon. That's when we realized, I guess, that it wasn't Ganon that was the villain. It was somebody puppeteering Ganon. But yeah, then Null stayed kind of quiet for a big part of the game. I wish we had a bit more explanation and build-up to Null, but it was certainly interesting. It's nice that it wasn't quite the typical Zelda story. They tried to, I guess, subvert those expectations in some way, right? Of course, by Link not being the hero and all that. Yeah, so overall it was interesting. It's nice, I guess, like, we had a lot of side quests in this game, probably still more left to do, of course. And as I hinted at the start of this stream, oddly enough, there's a lot of fairly key mechanics, like being able to unlock more accessory slots and stuff like that, that they never really led you to. Like, we completely skipped that. Apparently you can upgrade the amount of accessory slots. If I had not read into it, I would have never known. So yeah, I mean, there's stuff like that, which is a bit odd that they didn't, like, direct you towards. Overall, pretty good though. But, you know, like, well, for example, right here, right, Dampé, we eventually found him in the last few hours of this game, essentially. And, you know, I literally did not even get automatons. We've beat the game, I didn't get automatons yet, because either I was missing an echo to get that very first automaton, or not, but he comes in pretty late. Literally, that was the selling point of the game, was these automatons, and we didn't even get them. And yeah, Master Pig, I completely, like, I checked a guide yesterday to see if there was anything crazy I was missing. I'd never encountered the Great Fairy, which apparently that was how you like upgraded those accessory slots. Never really got hinted towards that direction by the story, which seems very odd. The whole game I was like, isn't it weird that you can only equip one accessory? And the answer is there was a way to upgrade them, but somehow the game did not really push us in that direction, which is very surprising, because it's a core mechanic. Same for Dampé. I mean, he just comes in kind of late, I guess, which is a bit unfortunate. But But yeah, so there was some oddities like that, and of course, you know, the big question, right, is the whole echo mechanic, and I think it's a bit messy. I've talked about my feelings about this in previous streams, right? I think the echo mechanic, is this the end of the credits? I don't know. It seems like it. I guess we'll talk about the echo mechanics right after that, then. Yeah, Master Pig says Dompe came in weirdly late. I never used his things. Yeah, he comes in technically in the last 3 dungeons, which you could argue is the midway point of the game. But if you, you won't run into him accidentally. Alright, so we get an end cutscene with Zelda's cat just laying on her bed. And I guess the staff is has been put in a frame. We don't really need it anymore. Zelda's gone on her great big adventure and can just rest now. So that's good. And there we go. The end. And just like that, we're back to the title screen. Yeah, we got a star on our save file, I suppose. Okay, so it literally saves, just right when you, actually free link. Oh yeah, wait, well, we may as well boot it up, I suppose, right? Let's go in here. We'll just hop right back in. Key items and echoes. You can now view the total number of echoes, pieces of hearts, and more by checking your notebook and pressing Y on the map. Alright. If you talk to the Deku Tree, he'll tell you which regions to visit to find echoes you haven't learned yet. That's kind of interesting. I don't know why they're putting a lot of focus on echoes. I don't really have an interest to find more echoes specifically. And yeah, so that big part of the map that we just had not explored yet turned out to be essentially the final dungeon. So that ain't half bad. Yeah, I mean, the Deku Tree is going to be there, of course. So yeah, I mean, even in this save file, they put a star and you unlock the post-game stuff, but the Prime Energy quest just stays open, like most Zelda games, essentially. Okay, where should we go? I think it's time to go to the ferry. I didn't want to do it off stream, that would have felt a bit cheap, but we might go to the ferry. I don't think we're going to do a lot of side quests here. If we do side quests, it'll be probably in a bonus episode rather than in this one, so for a change, this Zelda stream won't be crazy long, I believe, but I mean, we can go in Castle Town, just talk about the game a little bit, give some ending thoughts to this whole playthrough. But yeah, like Master Pig says, right, Dompe comes in fairly late, technically at the start of the last 3 dungeons. Doesn't seem so late, but because you have to run into him in a specific part of the map, it's kind of like, oh, well, technically you could meet him when you're at the last dungeon in the game, which seems kind of weird because he has, like Master Pig says, technically a key mechanic of this game is the automatons, and we haven't even checked those out. And kind of like by force, I went to Dompe before the end of the game, but it wasn't even obvious how to get the first automaton, which is very surprising. Maybe I just didn't have a basic echo that Nintendo assumed that everyone would pretty much have, but I mean, I was pretty surprised. Can't even get the first automaton. I would expect some of the later ones to be a bit harder, but yeah, I don't know. As I said, there's a lot of stuff that I was not really led to, like Dompe, the Great Fairy. Maybe that's just me, but you know, I'm surprised these core mechanics never really got, like, you know, they didn't really beat down on you that you should go to these places, which is somewhat surprising. Or like, okay, there's even parts of the map that I haven't been to by the end of the game, which is also a bit surprising, I would say. But yeah, like there's stuff like that. It's interesting. But as I said, let's talk about the echo mechanic real quick, because that was the whole purpose of this game, right? The echo mechanic is pretty divisive, and I've talked about it in previous streams, and I would solve it in a very simple way. Well, first of all, there's the whole scrolling through the linear line of echoes that people hate. I don't think it's that bad, but I kind of agree that, you know, there should be a more efficient way. What I literally realized yesterday, I don't know how many people know this, but you can just select them from the echo menu here if you find that, like, better somehow. Yeah, you can go through here, which is kind of crazy, and just select them. Arguably that might be faster, because you can just pop the menu open. It's relatively fast, I suppose. I see that we got most of the echoes, like we're missing 8. That's kind of cool. Heart pieces, I don't know. I thought they said there was a heart piece counter. Is there? Or like, I'm surprised. Like, we did not like try to completionist style this game, but I did a fair amount of side quests. I'm surprised at the amount of like sort of key items here that I'm still missing. That's pretty surprising to me. We didn't really get any outfits beyond the cat clothes. There was not even a hint of places where we could get other outfits. That was kind of surprising. But yeah, the echo mechanic, the menus can be kind of solved that way. And as I said, the other thing is essentially this idea that you're kind of forced to use echoes, and to do so they essentially stripped away the idea that you had a sword, making this the least conventional controlling Zelda game for combat so far. And I mean, you know, interesting idea on paper. In practice, as I said, it gets kind of tedious, especially because the echoes are particularly stupid. Like, if they were smart, if they were smartly controlled, it would probably work a whole lot better. But there's so much downtime for most of these echoes to ever do anything, and sometimes they don't even target stuff. That's where the frustration kind of comes in with this whole echo mechanic. If they were smarter, that would be better. But the other thing too, as I said, is this is a cool mechanic. It's great for puzzle solving. It has semi-decent potential for combat in certain scenarios. And I genuinely think that this game would be better off if you still had like the sword fighter moveset at all times, like any regular Zelda game, and had the echoes in addition. I don't think that would devalue the echoes that much, to be honest. Because when you remove the sword, as I said, half of the combat becomes tedious, so I don't think you're really adding more value to the echo mechanic. It just becomes kind of a chore. So if they had kept kind of the regular sword fighter moveset and just kept the echoes, both of them, like keeping both of them would kind of solve it. The reason why you can kind of see the pitfall here is Nintendo still added sword fighter mode, so they kind of knew that the game was not 100% great without the sword fighter stuff, and they kind of like, you know, tried to compensate by having you be able to turn into sword fighter form at specific times, which is kind of cool. I mean, it kind of solves the problem. The issue with that is, the amount of energy you have at the start of the game is just like so bad that you'll practically never use it, or you'll use it but then you'll have run out of energy by the time that you're actually doing something where you actually really need it. So that's kind of unfortunate. Like, at the end of the game, when you have energy level 4, it's not so bad, but I don't know. That's just, like, it seems like an odd choice. It seems like also, like, Nintendo did that for A, to value the echoes, and 2, to, like, differentiate the fact that you're not Link, and to really, like, drive home that point. But yeah, as I said, it's kind of mixed results. So I definitely hope the next 2D Zelda game, or 3D for that matter, doesn't really reuse the echo thing. I think it's a cool, like, one-off idea that I don't really care for it to come back that much. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was decent. It was good fun. It was good for this game. But yeah, please don't bring it back, Nintendo. And as I said, if they had just kept the Sword Fighter form, it would have just kind of felt like the echoes are just a very wide pool of magical items that you would have had in previous Zelda games. So I really still think they could have just kept the sword. I think they also didn't do it because it's Zelda, as I said, but overall though, having Zelda as the main character, we finally got it. In fact, we weren't even asking as the main character, we just wanted playable Zelda, and we finally got it. And that's really cool. It allowed to give a bit of a different style to the story, and that was fun. As I said, the part where Zelda was wanted at the start was a particular highlight of this story, I feel like. Then it gets a bit more basic, but there was nice nods, as I said, to all the Zelda universe with, you know, we had Conde bringing us back to the Yeti from Twilight Princess. Of course, we have a mashup for the first time ever of River and Sea Zora, which is very exciting. And, you know, we got to see the Gerudo again. Most of the tribes are kind of like Breath of the Wild style. That's fair. I mean, that game was successful on the Switch, so it kind of makes sense. So yeah, I don't know. I'm happy to discuss it in the chat. Finally, after this whole Let's Play, finally, you know, getting to discuss a bit my thoughts, where I was trying to reserve them a little bit, to not pass judgment too early on this game, essentially. So I'm happy to discuss any thoughts that you guys might have on it, but I think that's the gist of my thoughts on it. I might do a discussion video on this game when I get back in the mood for discussion videos, and if I still remember a bit about this game by then. But yeah, hopefully discussion videos will be a bit back in 2025, and maybe my thoughts on Echoes of Wisdom will be among them. Tears of the Kingdom thoughts will be another interesting thing as well. But yeah, let me catch up on chat here. Master Pig says Echoes of Wisdom is good, but A Link Between Worlds is still peak 2D Zelda. Yeah, I agree. I forgot to mention that I was gonna kind of place this in my ranking. In my ranking of 2D Zelda, A Link Between Worlds, still my absolute favorite game. It even tops a lot of 3D Zelda games for me, I think. It's just a great game. Maybe it's a nostalgia biased, it was actually my first Zelda game, but I replayed that game many times as well, and I think it's overdue for me actually replaying it real soon, which I think would be interesting. But yeah, in terms of 2D Zelda games, well, I haven't played A Link to the Past and stuff like that, but I think, you know, A Link Between Worlds would definitely be first. And what else? What else do we have? I mean, as I said, I love the world building. Definitely Minish Cap, I think, would be above this one for me. I can't really comment on the DS games. Didn't really play them enough. And it's debatable if this is better than, like, the Link's Awakening remake or not. It's very debatable. But yeah, no, I think it's definitely never gonna top, like, A Link Between Worlds for me. As I said, the biggest highlight of this one was really the world building. But yeah, let's see, anything else? Let me just catch up on chat from the top of what I missed during pretty much all the end story sequence. Where am I in chat? That's what I'm trying to find right now. Just trying to find where I was in chat. Yeah, Master Pig says Majora's Mask, A Link Between Worlds, and Skyward Sword are interchangeably for the other 3 top 5 Zelda games. Yeah, I'd probably have a similar ranking, to be honest. It's funny, like, well, I can't speak on Tears of the Kingdom yet. I haven't really seen the story through that far. So far, Breath of the Wild would rank above Tears of the Kingdom for me, and depending on how the rest of Tears of the Kingdom go, it would either be second or go pretty far down. Like, if I ignore Tears of the Kingdom, my favorite Zelda, like 3D Zelda game after Breath of the Wild is probably Wind Waker. That game is just great. The fluidity of the movement and mechanics in that game is really what sells it for me, more so than the story or anything. Like, the story's pretty good too, but just the mechanics in Wind Waker are just top-notch. And yeah, then it might be A Link Between Worlds, honestly. I don't know. You know, I still have a lot of Zelda games to play for a so-called big Zelda fan. But yeah, that's probably my vague ranking so far. Maybe one day I'll have to do a straight-up Zelda tier list video. I still have more Zelda games to beat first, as I said. I've only probably played half of the series, realistically, and not even necessarily all to completion, so... Yeah, but Master Pig says I've replayed Twilight Princess HD. It's kind of gotten a bias and gone higher on my ranking due to it being a great execution of traditional Zelda formula. Yeah, and I feel like I would weirdly like Twilight Princess HD a lot more than Twilight Princess for the Wii, because of the whole control aspect, the whole stupid control aspect that I keep on mentioning. Just of, like, I don't know, platforming being imprecise in that game is my biggest gripe. It's an odd gripe to have, I feel like, for Twilight Princess. I've never seen anybody complain about that, but it irks me in almost every time I play it, which is kind of funny. Okay, and yeah, Master Pig had an explanation earlier, saying that Trice's friends were pretty much in Null's body, because he canonically uses them to create his echoes, I believe. That would make sense. So Tri and his friends were kind of like in charge, I guess, of just preventing Null from destroying the world, but I guess Null, like, trapped some of them. I assume that that's what happened, I guess. Yeah, Master Pig says, I find the echo menu better, but people still have a problem with that. I mean, inherently we can talk about how to make the menu better all day. The fact of it is, if you have 130 echoes, which is pretty much what we see, at least at the end of the game, that's the full count is 127, is what we just saw, essentially. It's just gonna be cumbersome. Like, no matter what sorting system or menu you have, you're just kind of set for failure right off the bat when you try to say, hey, here's 130 things you can try, and we're gonna ask you to theoretically switch them all the time. The reality is, probably a third or even maybe like a half of these echoes, if not more, I have straight up never used, and there's probably only 10% of the echoes that I've used more than 5 times. So, I don't know. It's a cool idea, but overall, I'd rather classic Zelda, if that makes any sense. And I hope we don't, like, go in this direction. It feels like they're trying to turn Zelda in more of a sandbox experience, like we saw that with Tears of the Kingdom. We're seeing this again here. I think those were cool games, the same way a lot of games have their one unique thing, like, of course, for A Link Between Worlds, it was the paintings, and the fact that you can walk on walls. That became a major puzzle mechanic. Of course, the DS games, they have their stylus controls. What else? I don't know if there's really that many. I mean, we've got Wolf Link, that was a thing. You know, each game usually has its own core mechanic. I want this to be the core mechanic of this game. I don't want this to be the future of the series. Can we go back to, like, puzzles where solutions are more linear? And, I suppose where you have, like, essentially one way to do it, rather than just, like, going everywhere? I don't know. Although I will say there were some good echo puzzles in this game, which is why I say the issue really comes down to the combat for me, and if we had kept the traditional moveset and just had echoes as a bonus, honestly, this would probably be my favorite or second favorite 2D Zelda game. But because we don't, it might actually rank pretty low. I would need to think about my exact ranking, but yeah, I mean, it might genuinely rank fairly low, I don't know. Yeah, Master Pig says, I want them to stick back to 10 key items or whatever. I agree. It was a cool thing for this game, but don't go in this direction for the whole series, essentially. It's a cool idea, but it's a flawed idea as well, essentially. And Master Pig says, I'd like a new 2D Zelda with the Sword Fighter moveset. Yes, exactly, of course. And the moveset in this game wasn't too bad. If they were literally to retake the same Sword Fighter moveset, the mechanics played fine in this game. I mean, I guess they mostly emulate the Link's Awakening moveset, maybe with a bit of refinement. I still think the best controlling Link was probably the one from A Link Between Worlds, if we're talking 2D games, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so that's kind of it. Those are kind of my thoughts. Those are kind of Master Pig's thoughts. Overall, pretty cool. Maybe, should we get the Great Fairy? Should we try to get the Great Fairy? End it off on that, just so we can say, haha, we actually upgraded one of these accessory slots. I believe it's just like straight up down here. When you go to just Lake Helia, which we somehow did not do. Granted, there might be a rift. I think there is a rift, actually. So I think I'm just being stupid, because I'm not gonna dive into a rift in this episode. Yeah, see, there's a rift right there. I think, unless the Great Fairy is right here, it might be. Look at that, a waypoint that we hadn't gotten yet. So no doubt the Great Fairy is right here. But I only know this because I looked a guide yesterday just to see if there was, as I said, anything major I was missing before committing to doing the final boss. But yeah, I mean, let's talk to the Great Fairy. Why not? I'm not even sure. I feel like there was a fairy's fountain somewhere else before. But maybe I'm just dreaming that. Oh, are you the one that woke me up, dear? Let's have a look at you. Yes, I don't know who you are or where you're from, but you're a diamond in the rough. And with just a bit of polish, you could be a diamond with the stuff. But what approach to take? I've got it. What if I increased the number of accessories you can wear? Yes, we must be bold, daring. Are you ready to begin your adventure of style? Okay, sure. Well, what do you have to say, though? I don't know. Oh, well, my gift is increasing the number of accessories you can wear. There's no surer path to true style, my dear. Alright, mostly, like, for a fee in rupees, of course. Yeah, I don't know about style, but it's definitely practical, that's for sure. Starting off with 100 rupees, that's not bad. Oh, how I adore rupees. Yeah, as promised, I will enhance your style. And yeah, there we go. Your accessory limit has been raised by 1. I mean, I guess we can do it again. 300 rupees this time? Sure, why not? Again, I can't believe we like missed this during our like full playthrough essentially. Like yesterday I was going around collecting fairies in the grass for the dungeon, and I actually saw an NPC actually talk about how, hey, maybe in the lake there's a fairy, but we never really encountered that NPC or walked by it before, I suppose. Anyways, I'm gonna stop here for now. I think you can upgrade it like 2 or 3 more times, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Now the question is, shall I make a bonus episode of this game, or multiple in the future, where I try to, like, you know, like there's a rift right here, for example, that we haven't completed. Hard to say if there's any, like, meaningful story stuff left. I tried to do the bulk of the core side quests we at least, like, came across fairly naturally. Yeah, there's Dompe's studio. There's few parts of the map left, a few side quests left to do, surely more side quests left to find. I don't know, I haven't even decided, like, if it's worth doing, period. Like, I don't know if I'll drop this game today, or if I'll go back to it. And if I do go back to it, I'm not sure if I'll go back to it on my own time, or try to do bonus episodes. It's kind of unclear. Maybe I'll do it on my own time, I don't know. Because if I do, like, you know, sometimes actually playing a game on your own rather than live on stream, the feel is a bit different, so maybe if I do a discussion video, maybe my opinions would be altered by that, or I'll have time to reflect on the game a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, I think overall the echoes, it was apparent pretty quickly in the game that, you know, it wasn't going to be a perfect system. So what I'll say is, maybe the most disappointing part for me was that, I don't know, I feel like the story started off really strong, like it could be one of the best Zelda stories, and I feel like it turned out pretty average. It wasn't copy-pasted from other stories, so at least it has that going for it. But I was kind of hoping for a better ending, not gonna lie. It was kind of average. It was like, hey, fight Null. Oh, Null's dead. There wasn't much dialogue or much twists to it. It was actually pretty straightforward in the end, so maybe realistically, that's my biggest disappointment. And then, as I said, my biggest highlight has to be the map and the world building. But yeah. So anyways, I think that is gonna do it. Master Pig says the story was good, but I thought they were gonna do more. Yes, exactly. You're summarizing my thoughts pretty well. It started off really good, really promising, really different. As I said, Zelda being wanted, that seemed like a really interesting, promising start. And it's not copy-pasted from classic Zelda stories with Ganon, but they kind of didn't do much. It was kind of the same thing. Go to this region so arbitrarily has its problem. You know, I hate when it feels cookie cutter, right? Oh, you go to this region, oh, they've got this one problem. Like, I get it, it's a game, but like some games do it better to make it feel natural, where this one, it's pretty cookie cutter. It's like, go there, they're gonna have a problem. Once you solve their problem, you'll finally get access to the rift. And just repeat for every region in the game. So, I don't know. I don't want to downplay this game too much. Of course, it's a Zelda game. Zelda games are always great. I still really enjoyed my time with this game. But But honestly, like, this is a bold Zelda game that tries new stuff, and it doesn't succeed necessarily everywhere, but, I mean, it's still commendable, right? They're trying new stuff, and maybe it's one of the more rough around the edges game in the series for that, but, you know, I like that they're trying to innovate, and most importantly, I love that they're bringing back 2D Zelda, and I hope it doesn't go away. So, please, more 2D Zelda, folks at Nintendo, Zelda team, get onto it. Or I guess it's Grezzo. Grezzo might be the only people making 2D Zelda games at this point. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this Zelda Echoes of Wisdom live playthrough. Again, I think this is maybe only the second game in the whole channel's history where I managed to play a full game from start to finish in live stream form. I think Super Mario 64 was the first one. I believe this is the second one of story type games like this, so that's always fun. A full playthrough in the back catalog for the ages. But yeah, so thank you so much for joining me for this Zelda series as a whole. It's been fun to play with you guys as well, talk about Zelda and all that good stuff. Tears of the Kingdom is still continuing into 2025. As you know, I play that game on the side in between streams, so the streams are far and few between, I suppose. But I still fully intend to finish Tears of the Kingdom on the channel one day, most likely next year. Hopefully not too late in the year, but yeah, more Zelda goodness in that front coming. And for all my Mario Maker fans and all the people usually come in for these more interactive streams, I'm sure you'll be happy that this Let's Play is finally coming to a close, because I've definitely spent most of the weeks in the past 4 months actually just playing Echoes of Wisdom, which might be less fun and interactive. So I think for the first time in months, we're probably gonna go back to Mario Maker, cool stuff like that as well. So I hope you look forward to it. And before I do end off this stream, as I said, this is the end of the year, and tomorrow I am doing the great big holiday live stream, the last live stream of the year, where we have fun with viewers, play games together on Nintendo Switch in one great big final live stream to wrap up the year. We're gonna play, usually I play Mario Maker and Mario Kart and stuff like that. This year I think we're gonna play Super Mario Party Jamboree, because that's a big party game of the year. No doubt a lot of people have just gotten that game for Christmas, I would assume as well. And realistically, that was my first Mario Party. I bought it, I played it twice on stream, that's all I had time to play. So it's also a great excuse for me to actually play some more Mario Party Jamboree, because I definitely did not get my $80 worth out of the 5 hours I played so far. So yeah, we're probably going to play Mario Party Jamboree. Whether we play other games on the same stream as well remains to be determined. I know Mario Party is typically pretty long form, so it might be hard to fit other games in there. But usually my end of year live stream is kind of like that special stream where we play multiple games in the same stream. We're going to have to see. I guess it depends how much people show up and what games they want to play and what I guess they're, I don't know, how long the party in Mario Party lasts for, essentially. So anyways, I hope to see you there for the final stream of 2024 tomorrow, same time, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and we'll have good fun there, essentially. And then it'll be the New Year's, so I learned my lesson from last year. I'm not doing my holiday stream on the 31st, because everyone's busy on the 31st, essentially. But yeah, then it'll be New Year's, and content will be back in 2025, where I think in the second half of 2025, videos will finally start to be more consistent, so that should be exciting. But I'll have more to talk about that in the future, so I won't I won't fill the back half of this Zelda stream with that. So anyways, that'll do it for me. If you enjoyed this stream or the series as a whole and you're new here, consider subscribing. It always helps me out, and there's plenty more where that came from for Zelda series we have on this channel, as well as cool discussion videos that we have in the backlog. So check out the channel page and consider subscribing if that looks like cool content to you. Of course, don't forget to like this stream if you enjoyed it. It helps more people find it. And with that, I will see you either for tomorrow's holiday livestream or hopefully in 2025 for some more content. Nintendo Switch 2 coming up real soon. Should be an exciting year. Alright, I'll see you soon. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything, but see ya, Master Pig. And thanks for being here as well, Matt. Always appreciated. And yeah, that'll be a wrap for Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Bye-bye!